are with the Omega Level Nerds. D Square. I don't know if he ever tells you to get in the chopper. Get in it now. Come kill me. I'm here. J100.
Her.
Yeah,
she was.
I can holler at her. I gotta fight Cyclops and Wolverine to get that Jean Grey. Never mind, forget all that. I'm gonna hit up.
Right, exactly.
Jelly Rose.
But I'm very, very looking forward to a Doctor Doom that does not suck. I'm actually looking forward to more figures since I do collect them.
And Volsker. Naked.
You know what's funny is I was about to say, could it be that Marvel Girl looks like she's trying to get Twitch viewers?
Yeah, exactly. Are gonna get real nerdy for you real nerds. That's right, it's the Omega Level Nerds. It's time for us to talk nerdy to you today. Of course, joining me as always, good Sir J100, Jelly Rose, Volsker, and of course myself, D Square. We've got a lot of great stuff to talk to you about, which I figured it would be hard to follow up our last show since so much came out from Disney about Star Wars and Marvel, but I feel we can definitely do that. So let's get into The Mandalorian. The season finale, the last episode, until this time next year, and it was titled The Rescue, and it was quite possibly, for me, the greatest Star Wars thing that has happened in really the past decade or more. It was a great episode. That's going to be my quick review. I will say this is all sorts of spoilers. And let me tell you, I'm not particularly sensitive to spoilers myself, but I will tell you, Jelly Rose, that you really don't want this spoiled.
It's huge.
Although I did predict it, and we'll get into that. So here we go. We are in the seas of spoilers. So I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say, so J100, I just want to hear what you thought. I don't want to give, I'll pepper stuff in, but what did you think? I want to start off with you.
You almost literally verbatim said what I was gonna say. And so I'll put the cherry on top because
okay.
Not only
did not know that.
That was the greatest like piece of Star Wars, like it was right ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's add that on there. Ever seen. First off, I knew that there was going to have to be something that was going to, save Bo-Katan and Boba and everybody, right? There was gonna have to be something. All of a sudden, when the fucking
first thinking, it's one of the New Republic, maybe.
Whoa! Here's what I did. Here's what happened. So I'm just in the episode, right? I'm just in it. Like, of course, we had our predictions and where we think things are going.
Yeah.
The things that are coming out and what that's gonna show in the Boba Fett show and about it. Okay. In the episode, like, all right, well, maybe they'll shoot him. Wait. Is that no, right? So I'm sitting there, and like, I'm at my homegirl's house, and she was doing homework or playing on her phone, doing homework, something. She wasn't even really feeling well. The only reason why I was watching it was because it was Friday. Otherwise, I would have been attentive, but she told me to. I'm watching it, and I'm like, I grab her arm or her arm, and I'm like, oh my god, oh, and she's like, what? I'm like, you just see the X-wing? It was X-wing. It's like, what is so? I'm like, yes, it was X-wing. I couldn't even say words.
Yeah.
Honey,
there's only one motherfucker that rolls up with one X-wing, okay? There's only
what proceeded to happen
Mm-hmm.
was probably one of the greatest displays of force ability.
Mm-hmm.
Was to me trying to understand the psyche, the psychology of this character right now. Like, what is he feeling? What is he thinking? How is his movement? You know what I mean? Because that's how I watch this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one we're at the right before he got to the door, where he and smashed it. Oh, I was like, okay, well, this motherfucker is not playing around. So then we came around the corner, and I was like, what? Wait a minute, it's like 12 of these motherfuckers left. What you gonna do? He went up the elevator. Oh. Okay, so whenever I tell you motherfuckers out there, not y'all, not here, not the Omega level nerds, because we're Omega level nerds. When I tell y'all out there to shut the fuck up, just shut up and let them tell you the story. Just let them tell you and appreciate what is told for the universe that it is. The example that I gave today is, well, I've been talking to this dude about this, and he was like, well, you know, the prequel series, 2020. I interrupted. 2020. He said, what? The year 2020. He's like, what about it? The year 2020. What about it? Well, it's terrible. Okay. That goes into the history of our story. So when they have to tell our story, they have to tell 2020. In the Star Wars universe story, you have to tell about the dumbass Mary Poppins fucking scene where this fucking bitch, where you been at this whole time? You could just Mary Poppins in space. We got all Darth Vader doing all the, you gonna marry. Okay, yes, that was annoying. That was dumb. Why are you hiding that, Leia? That was 2020 of Star Wars. Okay? Now they went back. Whatever year you love the most, if it was like 1995, 1983, whatever nostalgic year you have to make you relate, just think about the amazing scene, one of the greatest sci-fi scenes you will ever see in your entire fucking life.
That's right.
They were going to show that to you. You just have to sit here and be patient and wait for the episode to come out. Just with that said, because I'm trying to be very mindful of Jelly, okay? And so if things with Jelly, when this happens, she's gonna be, what? Oscar, you or whoever it was, D, obviously it ain't gonna be me, okay? It's not gonna be me. So I'm being very with my point here. But I just want my, like, the passion in my voice right now, the emotion, the oh my god, that was one of the greatest pieces of media I have ever seen in my the feeling that made me feel, the feeling that you were getting in from the story, the like, even when you like process the scene, like the behind the scenes, the people who are doing the 3D effects and the you know, the at least the model who had to do the, you know, the lightsaber movements and all that kind of stuff, like just all of that. Like, I need to see a behind the scenes of this. You're gonna have to have all the motherfuckers sit on the table. You're gonna have to do a season 2 round table, and you're gonna have to have at least 3 episodes about that scene. Holy shit.
I love how he posted today too that he had to keep it under wraps for a full year
Yeah.
And he was so
Oh.
excited that nobody had any fucking clue.
Oh. Oh man.
And just to derail real quick that you mentioned that tweet, because I saw that as well, and I, on the Omega Level Nerds Twitter, just a simple comment, because someone replied to that tweet with, something about Mark Hamill, because you suck, because your last movie sucked, whatever. And I just simply commented, hating anything that Mark Hamill does is like hating the cure for cancer. And
cure for cancer.
As
people get healthy and shit.
Yeah, people went. Yeah, this one dude just chimes in like, well, you'll be heartbroken to understand that they've cured cancer. They've just decided we make too much money. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, okay? And then
For people that say that J100 just talks to hear himself talk, no, I just explained the greatest piece of media in the world. That motherfucker right there is just talking to talk. Okay,
Yeah.
Ain't no way. There is no way.
Oh, and then the 5 other people. Yeah. Oh, and then the 5 other people that reacted to that started lambasting him about saying that there's a cure for cancer, talking about there's cancer of all types, so that's why they can't. This whole discussion,
Right,
and then the guy gets into Twitter jail. All I said was, hating Mark Hamill is like hating the cure for cancer. And someone went to Twitter jail.
People are stuck in the house, D. Okay, they're stuck in the house and they just saw the greatest piece of sci-fi media ever and recorded history of the world.
Okay, it brought most of us together.
So yeah,
Right.
Okay, great. That's all. Yeah, exactly, Jay. That is, and you didn't even say who appeared, which I will get. Volsker, though, what about you?
Okay, so it was actually pretty early in the morning for me. I woke up, was having my coffee, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, cool. It's a freaking badass episode. Saw the was it the Dark Soldiers kind of fly back up? I was like, oh fuck, what the hell is shit's about to happen?
Yeah.
And then,
See what you can do with the platoon. I said, God damn, he said the whole platoon.
and then to Jay's point, like when the X-Wing came, I was like, oh, that's no. And then he wouldn't answer. I was like, who's not what the fuck? And then as soon as I was like, oh fucking shit.
Red 5, motherfucker.
Like, I lost. I was like, holy shit! And just the way they had him come in with the fucking the hood, like you could tell he meant fucking business. He didn't give a shit who you were. You were in his way, you're going down. And I loved it. And I have to say, when you're looking at how the actor, like you mentioned, Jay, portrayed the combat, you could tell like he studied the movements back to recreate how, but also use kind of a more of a newer, stronger like stance and fighting style. I loved it. But the cherry on top, and yes, that scene, I mean, let's be honest, if you didn't tear up at least a little bit, you don't fucking belong here. Like, just that whole scene. And then I thought we were done. And then that after credit scene, I was like, holy shit! What the fuck?
Oh, there's Boba Fett. There he is.
Just, oh my
there
God.
He is.
My
And then-
backpacks got jets. I'm Boba Fett. A bounty hut for Jabba the Hutt. The finance. Well, actually, he's the king now. My bad.
Yeah.
Now I am Jabba the Hutt.
No, never mind. MC
just
Chris
sat
got to
there.
redo the song. And
You
that's
better
my
pay your
ringtone,
debt.
by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was
People
just
look at
great.
me weird. Why is that your ringtone?
MC
it's
Chris
gonna
is the
come in
shit,
handy one day. That's why.
right?
Yeah.
And then we just sat there, and then it came up Book of Boba. By the way, rumors are the third season is actually that we won't actually have Din for a while, and that the third season will focus on Boba Fett. Hot rumor, by the way.
I don't
1 second here.
really see how
Gotta
that makes
keep going.
sense. But sure, rumors. We got a year. We got a year. That doesn't really make sense to me. But
And that's exactly why, because they said next Christmas was Mandalorian season 3, and then that's the date that appears.
Oh,
And
it
so
did
they
say
kind of
December 20. It did say December 2021. And technically, he got Mandalorian armor. So, you know.
That trailer was awesome. So Jay and Volsker have been very gracious with not giving you the spoilers. So any spoilers you get are going to come from me. But just so everybody is aware. I mean, I expect any fans of this show to have already watched it, Jelly. But again, I digress. So we talked about the X-Wing. Biggest news of the century, greatest moment in Star Wars history at this point. Luke Skywalker comes and saves the day, saves the Mando and his crew, who successfully took over this ship. But instead of Moff Gideon being on the bridge where he was supposed to be, he figured, hey, I'll go be with Grogu because I bet Bo-Katan's going to come try and fight me to get my Darksaber. So I'm going to throw all their plans off by being in this wrong location. And so we got a Beskar Spear versus Darksaber fight between the Mandalorian and Moff Gideon. Mandalorian wins, has the Darksaber, and technically then becomes the leader of the Mandalorians, the Mandalore. So they go, yeah, oops, I'm your boss now. Oops, sorry, I beat Moff Gideon and took the Darksaber. I'm sorry, I'm your boss now, But you know what? So he goes to the bridge, and Moff Gideon's so slick. He knew all this. He planned it. He schemed it. And he knew that Bo-Katan would not just take the Darksaber, even though the Mandalorian tried to give it to her. He said, no, you guys are going to have to fight. He's like, fuck it, I yield. She still not going to take it. So, yeah, that is basically where that concludes. These dark troopers that we've seen in the show are unleashed. We saw how much trouble, Mandalorian does end up fighting one of the dark troopers. He prevents all the others from getting out of their bay, but he does end up fighting one, and it's very tough. And now, like, a bunch of them are coming to the bridge, going to destroy everybody. And again, that X-Wing, Red 5, rolls up, and we see Luke Skywalker in his full glory. This is what everybody wanted in The Last Jedi. Just full-on, powerful, unstoppable Grandmaster Jedi Luke Skywalker. We got to see it in all its glory. CGI was decent. Face could have been better, but it was still, didn't take you out of it. It was very believable and looked pretty good. And then, yeah, we get to see that Boba Fett took over Jabba's palace, and he's going to have a show, Book of Boba Fett.
My throne now, bitch.
That's right. This is my shit. So there you go. I mean, that's how the season 2 of The Mandalorian ends, with him actually being Mandalore now, and yeah, we saw Luke fucking Skywalker. All right, so let's go ahead before switch gears, before we move on, and let's talk about really something that happened in the video game industry that has been unprecedented when it comes to Sony, and that is the Cyberpunk game that Volsker, of course, was very excited and been playing. It has been pulled from the Sony store due to the complaints. So, Volsker, you're the one. I mean, you're playing it for PC and not Sony, but I mean, is this Cyberpunk now cyber junk?
So, I still recommend anybody to play it. If you have a decent PC, get it now. Don't wait. It's being patched and updated daily. If you're looking to play it on console, make sure you're playing on Series X or PS5, or wait a few months. They've already promised 2 massive patches, January and February, that's going to fix most known issues. So overall, CD Projekt Red is not Ubisoft. Okay, it's not going to be an Assassin's Creed Unity where it's never resolved 5 years later. Give it time. For anybody that knows Bethesda, anybody that's played Witcher 3 on launch, these games that are really reaching and trying to get to a whole new level, there's going to be bugs. They've never made a shooter before. They've never done first person. So it's all new and there's going to be issues, but I think it's going to be resolved. I just don't recommend it for consoles right now. But this week in general has been it's been a shit show for CD Projekt and their developers on the CD Projekt Red team. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of played out here. So the game launched, massive issues. I mean, it's getting like 17 to 20 frames per second on a PS4 Gen 1. Like, it's bad. People bitched, complained, then they promised patches. Bitched, complained more. So they came out and was like, okay, you can request a refund. Contact Sony, ask them. If not, we have a website. It's like help me with cyberpunkrefund.com or some weird shit they set up. People were showing screenshots. Sony's refusing. Oh, you downloaded it. You played it for an hour. You're not getting it. And people are like, in your bylaws, your rules, it's literally not working. I physically can't even boot it up. Some people were saying, like, I physically start it, crash, start it, crash, start it, crash. How are you going to decline me a refund when it literally is not even booting up, for God's sake?
Yeah.
So they came back out and they were like, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and do it. There's a lot of back kind of office shit going on because it appears that they promised refunds when they were not in the right place to do so. But now they are backing it, and they extended it to physical copies as well, not just digital. And then we have Microsoft coming out, I think, Friday. They're not pulling it, which I have a theory. It's because they have a really good relationship. So I don't think Microsoft's going to pull it, but Microsoft is guaranteeing refunds for anybody that requests it. Now, it's fucking 2020. We have those people Jay loves so much on Twitter. They're getting pissed that they're getting a refund, but they're losing access to the game. Let that soak in. People are complaining.
You said you didn't want it.
Exactly. They're like, there's people literally posting, like, how are we going to strip my access? I still want to play the game. I just want a refund because it's a piece of shit right now. Like, really?
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah.
not how that works.
That's
at
how,
all.
yeah. That's the kind of people we're dealing with right now. And then Best Buy just announced, I think Friday night, Saturday morning, that they're now doing refunds. So it's really not looking good. And then to top it off, there was a really hostile meeting with the CD Projekt Red developers, basically aiming to the parent company CD Projekt and basically attacking them on forcing them to release it too early. That it wasn't, it was unrealistic dates that they were putting in there, and they forced them to release it when it wasn't ready. So there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Weren't there people leveling like death threats though against the company to release it? Like, was this consumer
Consumers.
pushed?
I think so. They came
But
out
you
and
have to
said
also
no.
think they announced it, like freaking 8 years ago?
Mhm.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't
why?
know that.
Why would
They-
you...
Holy
They announced
crap.
it like 8 years ago, and people have been talking and talking and talking. So obviously, they get to a point of where they have an actual release date, and people are like, oh yeah. And then it gets pushed and then pushed and then pushed, and people are like, give us our fucking game. You get the game, and it's not done, and now you're throwing
Yeah.
a little bit because you wanted the game.
Mhm.
But at the same time, why did you announce it 8 years ago? Why couldn't you waited to where it was actually halfway through development, close to being, something actually
Because
planned?
journalism, because they wanted that breaking scooping story
Yeah.
of what this, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, we got this, revolutionary game coming out. Like, that's everybody wants to be on the cutting edge all the time until it's time to be on the cutting edge.
And if I'm correct, they announced it in 2012 when they were wrapping up Witcher 3 and the DLC, but full development did not start until 2016. So it was like a small group, and then it expanded. And they actually almost doubled the Witcher 3 development team from like 200 people to like 700 developing this. That's how many people. So, but to your point, yes. Now, to Jay's point, he's right too, because CD Projekt Red, that's how they kind of work. is they go, here's what we're developing. You get it when it's ready. And that's what they did with all 3 Witcher games. They started releasing announced dates for Cyberpunk, ended up being too early, and then now we have people threatening to show up at their house and kill them. So it's just
y'all weird for that out there. Who all y'all out there that's saying that dumbass shit? Sit your ass down somewhere and eat a Snickers bar or something, because y'all are weird. Okay.
Yeah. You
Go
are.
on Steam. There's like a billion games on there. Buy a $1 one to tie you over. You know, support your indie developers too.
There you
You'll
go.
find some gems in there, or get you some free games. Like, it's not that big a deal. There are other games that you can play until the game is done, to where your dumbasses aren't asking for refunds and still wanting to keep the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they make humble bundles.
Kooky Dukes.
Yes. Go on Hundo. I can't even say it. Hundo. I'm not trying it anymore.
Bundle bundle.
For those that are wondering, it's Humble Bumble.
Go
Humble
get you
bundle.
Game Pass on the Xbox,
there you
or
go.
whatever.
It's an easier one to
The
say.
PlayStation Plus that does the one too. Like, get you something to where you have access to a bunch of games, EA Play, or where the fucking sit down.
Yeah. Right. It's a shit show, and there's some blame on CD Projekt. I still stand behind them because they're not Ubisoft. They're going to get their shit fixed. Anybody that's an Elder Scrolls or Fallout fan knows how Bethesda shit runs when it first launches. Do you see them showing up at Bethesda trying to cat people? No.
Probably.
What happened?
You just don't hear it.
Oh, fair point. But yeah, it's a shit show. They should have released it for PC. They should have been honest and just said, hey guys, it's not ready for console. We're going to push it back a few months.
Yeah.
It probably would have saved face, but I don't know how in 2020 consumers would have acted after another push. So
I think that would have, say they released it on PC, or they released it on PC and new console, and they didn't release it on older console. How older console would have been? I mean, it should have, because then there would have been no problem. But then you would have had the older console people be like, "Hey, you announced this like 8 years ago. Why can't we have it on this?" And I think that's what hurt, because they did announce it so long ago. Like, if they would have announced it a year ago and be like, "Hey, this is for new console and PC," but because they announced it so early, they had to also put it on the older consoles, and the hardware couldn't handle it, or whatever the hell the problem was, and it looks like shit, and people are complaining, and it's just like, well, if we didn't have to develop it for 5 separate things, maybe it would have went a little bit faster as well.
Now, you got a good point there. They also could have delayed the Xbox One and PS4 for about a year, because this is also the team who oversaw development of Witcher 3 being transported to the Switch, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
At a solid 30 frames per second on the Switch, which is a cell phone, basically. Like, that's the type of CPU and graphics card as a fucking cell phone. So they could have done it if they were given time. And I think, to Jelly's point, they should have focused on the patches, get the PS5, Xbox Series X, and then a PC version, and then spend the next year working on the DLC and fine-tuning the older systems, and got it. Because it could be something as simple as lowering some of the graphic fidelity, running it at 900p instead of trying to force checkerbox 4K, like that shit that they need to test out. When you pop it in the new systems, it's people aren't having issues with the shit other than the minor glitches, which that's just going to be patched. So it's a shit show.
I heard that the PS5, the next gen shit, was actually a port of that the game was actually based on the PS4 and the Xbox One. And
yes.
Well, that's
the patch is not out yet till next year to actually get the use out of the PS5 and Series X. So they're running backwards compatibility on the PS4 and Xbox version. But since the systems are so much more powerful, they're able to actually, like the CPU, the data transfer, are taking that up and making it consistent levels. And they actually tested this before the launch of the systems, going to like open world games like Grand Theft Auto, a couple other ones, playing them in backwards compatibility. There's almost no dips in frame rate. It's maxing out without glitches. Like, it's just because it's older systems. It's simply like, what is it? They're running on AMD processors that were, I think, equivalent to about 12 years old now. Jaguar. So it's like 4 or 5 gens back. So it's older technology.
Got it. All right. So there you have it. Cyber Junk 2077 pulled from Sony stores. But again, we all see that this was, driven by people willing to give death threats to get the game released. So yeah, it's kind of a problem that has been created. And
same fucking people that probably threaten to kill actresses because Last of Us 2 had gay romance in it. Fucking get a life, people.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is
Get
for
a
sure.
different hobby.
Right?
All right.
Jesus.
So
being a keyboard warrior is not a hobby. That's just being
absolutely
an asshole.
not. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm sitting here inside my mom's basement, and I want to sit here and make a statement.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
A lot of these people are probably children too.
That's exactly it.
We should fucking be playing a game where you can customize the dick.
I've never thrown a ball or touched a boob, but I'm gonna kick your ass. Speaking of kicking ass, obviously we heard a lot of kick-ass stuff from Disney last week that we talked about, but something else here that has been confirmed. So Tobey Maguire's Green Goblin, so that's Willem Dafoe, and Sandman, Thomas Hayden Church, are reportedly in talks to return as Green Goblin and Sandman respectively for the MCU's Spider-Man 3. Boy, this... I don't know, is it just me, or is this thing bordering on bonkers at this point? But hey, I'm glad, Willem Dafoe, like I've explained in a past show before, I thought he was a great pick for Green Goblin. Just don't put a fucking mask over his face. Just turn his skin green and let him go.
Kind of do like the Ultimate Universe take where he's just like a goblin.
Sure, absolutely. But Willem Dafoe looks like a goblin, so he has to do nothing there.
Leave that poor man alone.
I love the GIF where he's sitting in the car and he's like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just put those things into Photoshop or GIMP, turn the hue green. You'll see. It's awesome.
I'm starting to wonder if some of these casting rumors are not necessarily for Spider-Man 3, but potentially for little cameos inside of Doctor Strange 2 when it starts playing with the multiverse. Or it's going to be like little cameos that they've done, like with the DC crossover with the Infinity Crisis and stuff, where you see like, oh, look, here's what is it? The detective from Tim Burton's Batman looking at paper with Michael Keaton in it. Oh, that solidifies that universe. Oh, they're dead. Okay, move on.
Yeah. Or the two Flashes meeting each other.
Yeah. But I love it. I love it. Just keep giving us more. Just keep feeding it. Where's James Franco? Is he coming next? Like,
Topher Grace.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just not Topher Grace. We don't need that one. But
well, we got Tom Hardy, so I think that's going to take care of that.
Well, I think you're right, though. The Multiverse of Madness, I definitely think that is something that you're going to see in that. I think that movie's going to end up kind of tying in a lot of different movies all together. I think you're going to see a lot of crazy shit. So I think that's kind of going to be a linchpin type of movie. So yeah, I'm all for it. And I liked, I like that Sandman. I thought he did a great job. Did a pretty good job of being a pretty sympathetic Sandman. So
yeah, he made you like him at the end. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, he's just like, look, this is not what I want. And I was like, fuck. I don't like this guy, but I like this guy.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so there we go. That's all our main topics for tonight. So hopefully we didn't ruin anything for you there with the Mandalorian. But yeah, you should have bailed.
Watch it now.
Yes, immediately.
If you have not watched it, stop this podcast, pause it, and then come back in about 8 hours.
If you want, I mean, technically it would be a download already, but yeah, please come.
Yeah, you can binge both because they're up and down like 25 to 40. You could do it like in one sitting for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in case you need to help plan out your weekend.
I'm a binger, but Hubs is not a binger. I will binge watch like 5 seasons of something in one day and not like move from one spot.
So it's your husband we have to sweet talk.
He will fall asleep within the 3rd episode and just be done.
He's not falling asleep there, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's not happening. He's going to binge Mandalorian. You're going to go through Mandalorian in a day.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm about to do. I'm starting over.
I did. I got
to play watch it now.
Yeah, I rewatched season 2, but I didn't get to the very last episode because my wife was like, "Come on, let's just watch it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm down." And
I think I'm
boy,
gonna start from everything and kind of watch it how it goes in chronological in order.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of cartoons you got to fill in there. You might be a while.
I only watched half of some of the cartoons.
Yeah, Star Wars.
You gotta watch it in order too, chronological order, and StarWars.com has the episode list for that. Because I mean, you can watch it and like get it, but like it's better in chronological.
Yeah,
order.
didn't they air it like all over the place?
Yeah, because they're like some of the stories that are not as long. Like they were obviously done first. You know what I mean? Because they were just one-off episodes. They didn't have like continuations and stuff. Like some episodes are like there's like 4 or 5 episodes stretch where they're like in one planet, you know, fighting a battle. Yeah. And then on top of that, the Clone Wars is crazy because like I'm on season 4, midway through season 4, and it's just battle. It's just war.
Yeah.
Like
seeing how it affects the various places
I don't think
that
people really realize that it's just like battle scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Now Disney Plus has it in order though, right? I'd imagine they would have it. And Disney Plus, they would have it in chronological order, I'd imagine.
No, it's in broadcast order.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Shitty.
Chronological order literally is all over the place. You can be in season 1 one time and then season 3 the next episode.
Oh.
It does have stories, though. I mean, it does have continuity. If it tells like a complete story, it doesn't jump around like that. But when it does the one-offs, I mean, it's literally just telling the story of, hey, look at how this planet Ryloth was affected, you know, by this battle, or you know, that it's just not.
But it's in order because some things that happen on Ryloth get mentioned, and so, you know what I'm saying, and like some of the later battles that matter because Ahsoka, you know,
that's too much work.
Yeah, so maybe not necessarily the animated stuff, because then you got Rebels too, which is important. You probably should get through Rebels.
I'm watching. I'm most of the way through season 1 on Rebels. I did start watching that because.
But do the movie fill-ins like Solo and Rogue One and.
Somebody just send me a list, and then I'll watch what the list says.
So just watch the live action movies, basically.
Well, literally, Clone Wars, like, I don't know, from like season 5 on, you should just watch. I mean, I like the whole thing, but when you start getting into Darth Maul, Savage Opress, their fight with Darth Sidious, and watching that, it gets just awesome and awesome and awesome. And Rebels is cool too, actually. I've been watching that. But yeah, because I want to know. We're back on Mandalorian. I don't know. I don't tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
That's how connected it is.
Yeah, it really is, because you know we talked about how the Mandalorian Din Djarin has the Darksaber. Bo-Katan wants the Darksaber, but she won't just take it from him. Well, that's a little bit inconsistent.
Who did Moff Gideon take it from?
I don't remember. It does. Well, they haven't revealed exact. I think I have an idea of who. Like he could have
taken it from Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to
because it went from Darth Maul to Sabine Wren, who's in Rebels.
Oh, Sabine. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
who then gave it to Bo-Katan. So I don't
Oh, so
get
she was
this.
just a fake anyway.
So yeah, this whole I can't take it from somebody, that's not exactly 100% true because
Gideon
she's
stole it from Bo-Katan during the siege of Mandalore after Sabine wielded the saber on rebels. So he
Okay.
stole it.
That's why
Thievery,
I started watching that series because there's some shit that
It is
connects.
super.
which would
connected.
make sense why he would not technically be the leader
Yeah.
of Mandalore because he forcefully took it and did not win it. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I will.
Moff Gideon is in Rebels.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Is he? Is that what that's saying? Hold on. What?
That's what I got.
Rebels has got some shit. Like Rebels, Ahsoka Tano's in Rebels. Fucking, she's fighting Darth Vader in that series. And then, like, spoiler alerts, but from what I understand, you know, she even breaks off part of the mask and then can tell it's Anakin. Like, there's some shit that goes down. I know, and that was the series that was on Disney XD. So I'm like, okay, you know, Lizzie McGuire, all that shit, I don't care. But it's super fucking legit Star Wars series. The mole rat and all that shit. The naked mole rat.
Lizzie McGuire.
Hey, she was hot growing up.
Ew.
Well, I'm referring to the cartoon.
Well, she was Lizzie McGuire was live action. She just had an animated like internal clock,
Oh, okay.
Internal clock.
like little character. It was like, don't do
Conscience.
that. Yeah, like yeah.
It was an internal clock.
Those are for making
That's
babies.
something else.
I'm looking and I can't see. It looks like he may be, but I can't see if he's
That happened.
maybe. So he
Oh,
did it
wow.
off screen. Gotcha.
I was really excited. Well, I'm still.
Poop.
All right.
Still stuck on that. Didn't know what a
All right, well, let's-
internal clock.
I couldn't think of the
Internal clock.
word. I know what a conscious is.
Let your conscience be your guide.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Hey!
not your internal clock. Don't let that
Yeah.
guide you.
So,
Oh no, that's why I don't go to bed till 3:00 and wake up, 5 minutes before work. So like,
oh, yeah. All right. Well, we have a major holiday week coming up here. At least for
time to let the hose out.
let the hose out. But
Ho
No.
ho ho!
we're we're still gonna get comics this week. So so yeah, for you Wednesday Warriors, let's get to it here. Make sure you're
Where the
supporting.
hose at? Where the hose at?
I bet you they're at the comic book store. Actually, no, I've never seen a girl in any comic book store ever.
Yeah, there's a.
I've taken one to the comic store.
Yeah, well, I guess
was gonna
technically
say
I have too.
something.
Iron Man number 4. I'm gonna suck your dick.
Oh, you know all about the X-Men? Oh, that makes me hot. Why don't you hang out
Was
with
No,
actually
me?
listen.
funny.
It exists, just not the
No,
way we want
I
it
never
to.
found
No.
it, but yeah.
She
It
got
is
into an
cool.
argument with Ed about why Batman sucks and he's a horrible fucking superhero. That was kind of
Oh, I like
interesting.
that guy. Who's that
Me
person?
and-
Where are they at?
Me and Eric were just looking at her like, what the fuck?
Oh, she was a.
Oh,
it was a.
Your ex-squeeze?
It was a
Yeah.
real life girl.
It was Cassie.
Okay, yeah. Our ex-number 1 fan. That's too bad.
Oh,
That's too bad. But hey, we're still getting comics this week. So, speaking of Batman, DC Comics, Action Comics 1028. Batman.
So big.
So big, yeah. DC's got him big. Batman Annual, number 5. Batman Beyond, number 50. Batman Superman, number 15. Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn, number 3 of 6. So, he may be a horrible superhero, but he's got plenty of books.
That's a good series, actually.
White
Their
Knight.
future state start next week or two.
What's it called?
Future state. It's the recrafted Gen 5G.
Ah,
So they're releasing
okay.
it, but they're releasing it as like non-canon shit.
Gotcha. Well, I don't like non-canon. Either way, Black Adam Endless Winter Special #1 one-shot comes out. Dark Knight Death Metal, The Last 52, War of the Multiverse #1. That's a mouthful. Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Secret Origin #1. Detective Comics number 1033. Ginny Hex Special #1 one-shot. Justice League Dark #29, Justice League Endless Winter #2 of 2, Last God #11, Red Hood #52, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Dark Knight's Death Metal, that's the word dark in the title twice, #1, one
It's
shot.
very dark.
Very dark. It's DC, of course.
Darker.
It's dark.
Darker than dark.
Make it darker.
Something,
darker still.
Something dark side.
Something dark side. Wonder Woman 769.
We got a Wonder Woman movie coming out Friday.
We do, but that's
The
on
reviews
HBO
are
Max,
fucking
which I don't
Off
have.
the chart.
I was gonna say something mean, but I'm just gonna.
What? Go for
Ain't
it.
nobody like Wonder Woman.
Why did it
Right.
sound like a female version of Jay there? What?
Mhm. That's right. Somebody give a damn.
Well, let us know because I don't have HBO Max, so, and I don't know if I'm going to be compelled.
I'm waiting
I
for the
have it.
Snyder Cut to
Yeah,
come out to get
exactly.
Listen, I want to see
Release date
I wanna
is
see
March.
all
Yes.
the Justice Leagues in its terrible glory,
I have HBO Max.
but I'm going to do it for free, so it need to hurry the motherfucker
I
up.
haven't
Okay.
used it yet.
You haven't used it yet. Ew.
It comes with my phone plan. I just
Yeah.
haven't did the little login thing yet.
Interesting. That speaks volumes.
How lazy I am? Yeah.
Know how uncompelling the content is. That's what. Well, let's slide off of DC here and look at Image Comics. We have Department of Truth #4, Family Tree #10, Gideon
Ooh, the
Falls.
slippery slope.
That's what she said. Gideon Falls #27, Ice Cream Man #22, Philadelphia #11, Marked #10, Oblivion Song by Kirkman and De Felici #29, Outcast by Kirkman and Azacita #47, Redneck #29, Scumbag #3, Sea of Stars #8, Spawn #313, Undiscovered Country #3, and we got IDW, Comic Book History of Animation #2, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero #277, Goosebumps, Secret of the Swamp #4 of 5, Scarin' Hood #3 of 4, Sea of Sorrows, written by our good friend Rich Duick, featured here on the show, Sea of Sorrows #2 of 5, Sleeping Beauties #4, Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys #4, Star Wars Adventures Smuggler's Run #4 of 2, Transformers Back to the Future #2 of 4. Sea of Sorrows #2, guys. I'm hearing a lot of great things about it, that it's scary as hell, so make sure and
It's trippy
pick
as
that
fuck.
up. Yeah?
Like I read the first issue, like you don't know what the fuck is going on. Like it's trippy as hell.
All right, cool. Sounds good. And I know JD has already had an advanced copy #2 and is speaking highly of it, so check that out, guys. The Masters at Marvel are releasing Amazing Spider-Man #54, Doctor Doom #10, Excalibur #16, King in Black #2 of 5, King Size Conan #1, Maestro #5 of 5, Marvel #3 of 6, Spider-Woman of 7, King in Black, Star Wars Bounty Hunters #8, and U.S. Agent #2. And as far as small press, we've got things like Mars Attacks Red Sonja #5, Vengeance of Vampirilla #13, Dune House Atreides #3, Firefly Blue Sun Rising #1, Jim Henson Labyrinth Masquerade #1 for you Labyrinth fans, Something is Killing the Children #13, Unkindness of Ravens #4 of 4, Miles to Go #3, Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Blood #3, starring Sonia Devereaux, Violet Vinex. And
That's a mouthful.
yeah, it sure is. I was like, should I skip by that one? But I didn't. Exo Man War number 3, of course the 2002 current or 2020 current edition number 3 is out. Dark Interlude number 2, and a host of other cool small press stuff that you should absolutely go and check out at your local comic book shop. All right.
Fuck yeah.
So let's talk about it. We've already probably talked about this a bunch, but let me go ahead and ask anyway. So Jelly Rose, what have you been doing with your nerdy time?
I'm trying to think of what I've been doing. So recently I've been playing a lot of phone games. And there was a 7 Deadly Sin game that I've been like very much playing. And it's just like I'm clicking. It's like one of those it's like you get a team of 3 and you get like cards that are essentially attacks, and you can like merge the different ones, but you only get 3 like things per turn. So it's like you just fight the things and go through, and a lot of it's story, and I'm trying to get through the story to get to the part to, more exciting parts, because it's really, really, really long actually, because I'm only in the part of where I just got Bond from the freaking prison, and it's like, man, this is dragging, and I've been playing it for like 3 or 4 days now, and it's like, damn, this is gonna take me a minute to even get to like the newest shit.
All the content.
Right? Because I like, chilling, and I get bored of like one game and I hop to another, and I need something to play like while I'm like in bed. Because a lot of the comics that I've been reading on my phone, the artists are taking the holidays off, so my smutty books aren't getting updated. So it's like I have like less, right? So I have less to read because they're taking, like, hey guys, the holidays are coming off, so we're taking a break, and it's like, why did every single person, so I don't get anything to read right now because they all done took a break. So it's like I gotta find something else to do. I keep playing Satisfactory. What else did I play? I played more Raft. Me and the kids and Hubs played Mario Party the other day. We haven't really watched anything besides Christmas movies, because Hubs got in a kick of, it's Christmas, I'm on vacation, and I want to watch every old Christmas movie I can find. Which he then watches for about 10-15 minutes and falls asleep to. But it's like, man, just sit up, quit laying down. Like, don't use me as a pillow.
Yeah.
Like, sit up so we can watch this. Because as soon as your head falls down anywhere, you're going to sleep. So, I'm trying to think of anything else. I haven't really been doing too much besides, like, I'm getting ready to make chocolates. I started making chocolates. So I learned how to make caramel, which tastes fucking delicious, and I have a whole bunch in my fridge that I want to eat, but like it's not for me.
Yeah.
And then I made like the stuff that goes inside like the 3 Musketeer bar, which is also really freaking delicious, and I kind of like mixed everything together. Yes.
Nice.
The nougat.
So I made like a candy square of like chocolate, the nougat, and the caramel all together, and it was like, I am an amazing chocolate maker apparently, because this tastes really fucking good. But it's like I decided that I was gonna make chocolates for everyone for Christmas, and then I always make cookies and I make banana bread. So it was kind of like going to the store and collecting all the ingredients and things of that sort. So it's like I'm gonna be baking all the rest of the week.
All right. Well, feel
Could
free
be
to
worse. I mean, sounds fun.
send some my way.
Especially banana bread.
Yeah, we've been cooking a lot of Christmas cookies, and I know this is strange to hear, but I freaking hate Christmas cookies. And it's not because they're not good, because they're delicious. But because they're Christmas cookies, they've always got these little candy balls on them or whatever, sprinkles and shit that just get
Just put the balls
everywhere.
in your mouth, D.
Well, you'd like to, but they're falling all over the floor or the carpet, and you got to clean the shit out. I fucking hate Christmas cookies.
I have a pixelated heart cookie cutter.
Oh,
that's cool.
I make little pixelated hearts, and they're so cute. But yeah, I agree with the stupid little balls because I accidentally knocked one of the things inside my freaking caramel, and I was pissed because then I had to pull the stickiness out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Sticky
why did
balls,
this
that
fall out
sucks.
of the freaking cabinet? Because I had like all the I was trying to get the vanilla out and all the freaking, things of different sprinkles, of course, that had to fall right in my goddamn pan. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Stupid freaking sprinkle balls of green and red or whatever the hell it is.
Balls deep.
Like, why do I even own you? What am I going to use this for? I don't like eating this shit.
Yeah.
Because you go and crunch down on a cookie and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, my teeth hurt now. I just want to eat the cookie. Or lick the frosting off. I don't know.
Take the frosting. Ah.
I do that, like, after I'm done decorating the cookies and I'm out of cookies, I just eat the fucking frosting out of the bowl.
That's the way to do it. Best part.
Extra dough. You're just like, you know what? I'm not making a really weird cookie. I'm just going to eat this handful of dough.
You know what? That's
I'm
the same
down
way.
with
You
that.
know, I don't give a fuck. Salmonella versus Volsker. I'm winning.
I'm about to
Get in my
yeah.
mouth.
I have never gotten it ever. I have never
yeah.
gotten sick from eating freaking raw cookie dough. And I'm
Never.
going to continue eating raw cookie dough. And if I get sick, I don't fucking care. I'm still going to do it.
Well, yeah, if you get sick, then okay, you were due. It's obviously not going to happen again for a long time. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. That has never happened to me, and I've never shied away from it.
I like an iron gut or something. I'm just going to eat.
Get in my belly.
So what about you, Jay? I know you've been busy, man. You've been able to get some nerdy time in at all?
I made a penis on Cyberpunk, and then
Nice.
like I was in the bar, and then I did something, and then I had like a hangover scene with my buddy pal, and then
That I made a penis.
that's about it.
So you didn't make it to the 6-hour title screen or whatever.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
You know,
I didn't get there
it
yet.
took me 8 hours, by the way.
specifically made me go into
Oh.
Discord while he was in character creation so that he could show me the penis creation. He's like, watch
But-
this. Look.
But from like where was that? Because all I had was like small, medium, large.
He's like, look, there's the sizes, and then look at the pubes. He's like,
Yeah, you
look,
can do
with
the
a
pube
ray
hair.
of sunshine.
So you control the
I
size and the
love it.
pubes.
I like
like,
to make my first character because I'm gonna play the 3 whatever, you know. So I like to have my first character be as looking close to me as possible, you know.
See, that's what I always do,
Um,
but then I make boobs as big as they go because I need really big boobs.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But
Jiggle time.
what else did I do? Damn. I watched like damn. I don't think I did anything. I was doing the freaky naughty things, so I've been busy.
Oh,
I've been
all
trying to
right.
make money and doing freaky naughty things. So I played Cyberpunk and made a penis. There you go. It's just freaky naughty all
There you
around.
go. Freaking
And a
out.
freaky week.
And
Well,
God knows what happened after you saw Luke on screen. I mean,
Well, you know, I mean, yes, that was gonna happen anyway. I'm saying, as far as like nerdgasm, yeah, it was nerd jizz all over the place.
ooh,
well,
all
I'm just talking about how excited you got. You know, whatever she was doing at
Yeah,
that time,
it
you
was-
got to put that down. We're going.
right.
No, and listen, even if at that moment when Luke Skywalker was on screen, even if it was Scarlett Johansson, no, I'm gonna have to watch this scene real quick. You're gonna have to wait a few minutes. But yeah,
Prepare
I've
yourself.
been
It's
pretty-
coming.
I've been pretty out the way the last week, so hopefully that changes again.
And Volsker, what have you been doing in your nerdy time?
So, been playing Cyberpunk, having fun with that. Still trying to understand what the fuck is going on because it is a lot more complex than I expected. and you really don't start to see this until the Johnny Silverhand shit starts going, which is about 8 hours into the game, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Playing a little on and off, when I want to shoot some shit up and not sit at my computer, because I've been at my computer working for 10 hours. I'll go jump on Call of Duty for a little bit. Outside of that, Mandalorian. I've getting caught up on some of my older back titles for comics, just like the detective comics anniversary that they had that was like 150 pages. But yeah, haven't been able to make it to the comic shop. I think I might have to kind of slim down and make it like every couple weeks and not every other week, because my pull list is getting a little too large to be going like every week or every other week. Outside of that, not really. I really haven't really watched too much, just random comedy movies here and there. I did get my copy of what was it? Brain Fart, but JD's book. So I'm gonna start reading that. I do have a 2-week vacation coming up, starting the 1st of the year. So I plan on doing a lot of nerdy shit.
Cool. All right. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed.
By the way, and the Browns won, and they're fucking 10-4. So I have to throw that in there.
Yeah, that's boy, 2020 is strange.
Strange as fuck.
All right. Well, what am I doing? Watching Mando, same as everybody else. Like I mentioned before, I'm actually now working my way through Rebels just so I can connect the dots there. Been playing through Final Fantasy VI. I've been mostly streaming it, and then once I'm done streaming it, I put a video up. But boy,
you haven't fucked up recently, have you?
I have been trying my... So episode 13 is just fucked up for me. That's the last episode I just did. I must have tried to get it done 5 times. It's just cursed.
What were you doing? Where part are you at?
The floating continent right before the ruined world. So I'm fucking up because...
End.
What's that?
You're at the end.
No, that's 50% of the way. That's 50%. That's before he goes off and destroys the world and it all changes, and you start with Celeste.
Oh, it's before that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I just keep getting wiped. So, and the reason that is because I'm I've successfully done it, but I was just trying to farm the dragon in that area for another Genji glove. And I'm just, I don't know. And one time the recording stopped in the middle one time. So there's like, if you go back in the video, there's a chunk missing that I have to explain. It's just, I had a bunch of trouble just getting that one done, but I'm done now.
I rage quit. There you go. There's your film.
Well, yeah, I do. I do get to points where I'm like, I can't believe I just fucking wiped. I'm done. And then that's why I'll never be a good streamer, because especially at night, I got to get up in the morning. I'm like, I can't believe I just fucking wiped.
What the shit?
And of course, and you can catch this on the fucked up episode. You'll see it. The Genji glove that I farmed, I must have farmed for a couple hours. So once I actually started to play through the game to record it, because I said, fuck streaming. I'm just going to record this episode and get it out there so it's complete in the playlist. But 5 minutes into that play, I get the Genji glove. I'm like,
into that recording.
I'm glad to have 4 Genji gloves, but fuck. Anyway, so yeah, episode 13 must be that number 13. Maybe I shouldn't do episodes 13s anymore.
How are you playing? Are you playing on NES?
SNES Mini, yeah.
Isn't there a rewind function?
Maybe. Is there? I know that you can
rewind, go live again, be like, "Hey guys, let's see if we get it this time." Oh,
I should keep that in mind. I better find out how to do that. I should keep that in mind.
I think you can suspend save.
That I use often. I can make suspend states and stuff per game, but yeah.
I don't remember if there's a rewind or not.
I think that now that he mentions it, I think there is. I think if you reset it and then you can go back and rewind. but I don't think I've ever done that before. That's good that you mentioned that. Next time that might help me. I don't know. I'll fucking wipe it on stream.
Surprise! How did that
The
happen?
game that I played. I just
Shit.
I don't know. I play real late at night, I guess. I just fatigue. Who knows? Outside of that, I've been continuing to watch Wolverine and the X-Men. It's growing on me. I'm still not super into it. It's still just a Wolverine show, but it's cool. And then this week, or the week that just passed, however you want to look at it, I picked up X-Force, number 16, I believe. But nonetheless, now that the X of Swords shit is over, now all the X series are going to go back to whatever storyline they were doing before, which, as you may remember, in the last we were with the X-Force before the X of Swords, they took my favorite character, Colossus, and basically accused him of treason and jailed him. I'm happy to report that Wolverine didn't let Beast interrogate him. Rather, he had a Marvel Girl read his mind, and he's been cleared. So they cleared him, they released him. But what was really great about the fact that it happened is Colossus, in true, to me, heroic form, is like, I'm cool, just leave me the fuck alone.
Do you go back with this chick?
He went back with his chick. Looks like they made whoopee.
Then he gets assassinated, and we're back at square one.
Oh, he doesn't get assassinated. He actually ends up saving a kid. But what I thought was really awesome about the issue, because obviously I'm feeling some sort of way about the fact that they even had the audacity to imprison him. Colossus himself never asked for an apology from Beast. But every other motherfucking X-Men on Krakoa was like, you owe that motherfucker an apology. So that was just cool to see the respect that Colossus got from all the other mutants. So yeah. And the episode ended with Beast like, oh, I'm going to ask you a favor, Colossus. And we'll see how that ends. Because otherwise, Colossus just don't want nothing to do with it. But he's obviously going to be a member of the team through hook or crook. So, and that's how I've been spending my nerdy time. And there we go. We are at the end of the show. I thank you, each and every person that is listening to the podcast. Of course, I thank the Omega Level Nerds. Make sure that you are following Jelly Rose there at twitch.tv/Jelly Rose, at Jelly Rose, all the E's are 3's on Twitter. TikTok there, you see, she's got her particulars there. J100, make sure and check him out at J100 on Twitter, J100 on Instagram, J100 on YouTube. Just go check him out, as well as Volsker. All his stuff is Volsker, at Volsker on YouTube. He's like me. We don't have enough, we're not like Jay and Jelly. We don't have enough subscribers to have cool YouTube URLs. But we're working on it. We'll get there.
I hit 7,000 views today.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome. Congrats on that. Was it another Batman reveal?
I don't know. I just got the email. It was like, you've hit over 7,000. I was
Nice.
like, oh, surprise. I swear it's not me just hitting refresh.
Yeah. Should try it. As far as yours truly, go to at @dsquare72 on Twitter. Search for me on YouTube. But what I really, really would like everyone to do, really two things. Go to the Omega Level Nerds Twitter at Omega Level Nerds. Please follow us there. There is also a link to the Omega Level YouTube channel. Not cool enough to have a URL, but I will say, if you search Omega Level Nerds, boom, we're the first thing that pops up in YouTube. So either way, make sure and go there, guys, and if you would be so kind as to subscribe and notifications, hit some likes, all that jazz. That would really, really, really help us out. Ring the bell, that's right. Ring a ding ding.
Bingo.
Help us do a thing. But of course, Podbean, Apple Podcast apps, and everything that aggregates from there, you can get the audio version of the show. Once again, thank you all very much. Jelly, Jay, Volsker, thank you very much for your time today. Great show, guys. As always, peace and love, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out my video today. I really appreciate you stopping by at the House of D. If you like what you see today, please make sure you not only subscribe, but give us a like, throw a comment in there, and make sure your notifications are on. It helps a lot, and make sure that you know when I've uploaded my next video. I am, of course, a host of a podcast, the Omega Level Nerds. So if you want to hear 4 Omega Level Nerds talk to you about some real nerdy shit, I suggest you head on over to our new YouTube channel where we upload the video of the show. Of course, if you're an audio only person, you're like me, you like to listen to podcasts while you work, we got you covered there as well. The audio version of the show is uploaded on the Apple Podcast app, the Podbean app, and basically wherever else you can find podcasts. So please check us out. You won't be disappointed. But again, thank you so much for stopping by the House of D today. I hope you have a great day and hope to see you back soon. Peace and love. And we'll see you again soon.